welcome to the new season. That's season 2 of the Standpoint for the year 2016. And you know, this year our theme is the responsible woman. Yes. So the focus is going to be on the responsibilities of the woman yourself, doing an introspection of what you can do, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. Now, last Friday, that's on the 13th of May, I had a real opportunity to meet with the Chief Imam of the Republic of Ghana. Wise man, great man. I was shocked when I was told his age. I understand he celebrated his birthday not too long ago, so still happy birthday to you, our dear Chief Imam. He said so many things to me, and I was amazed. One of the things he said that will stick with me, I'm sure, for the rest of my life is that seeking knowledge should be superior, should be a superior need of every human being. All other needs should be secondary to that of seeking knowledge. Very deep. Very, very deep. And I know I will never forget this. In recent times, I'm sure if you've read the Daily Guide and followed a few newspapers and news items, you've heard that some young girls are being forced into marriage. A big problem. Today, we are here to find out how you and I can help to stop this. My name is Gifty Auntie. Welcome to the Standpoint. We take a short break. When we come back, not now, parents. Take your time. We'll be back.
Odo, why your best my power?
Tina take tomac mixture. Who be only osani ye fuyeri bean yasem. Sana tina tet malakeno so. Etu malaria, tipaye, stress, any hunam yao biase.
Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tina tet in Europe.
Eye busien chamfa.
GDA Concepts, producers of the Standpoint TV program, is offering the following services. Studio space available for rent for video shoots and conferences with seating capacity of 120 people at an easily accessible location. Standby generator available. Conference chairs also available for hiring. Sale and rental of Sony Z7 cameras. You can also contact us for video coverage for events, event organization, documentaries, TV commercials, etc. Locate us at 55 Olympic Avenue, Kokomlimli, near Joy FM. Call 050-133-9642 or 0544-844-122.
Welcome back to the Standpoint. If you're just joining us, my guests today are Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu and Alhaji A.R. Gomda. We are going to dissect the issue of forced marriages, especially early marriages, and where the children are forced, and whether it's true it is Islamic. Let me say thank you to my sponsors, GTP New Style. They provide my clothes. They are celebrating 50 years of existence or operating in Ghana. And we also say thank you to Ophelia Crossland Design that sews for me. Paba Cosmetics always gives me the product. And please put your hands together for Paba Cosmetics. I mean, for almost 6 years now, 6 years, Paba has been consistent. They've been supporting us, and it's been amazing. I'm sure if you watch the Standpoint, people come and go, but Paba has really been loyal. And thank you to Makeup and More who apply the makeup for us. My beads is by Matilda Hood Couture. Now, seated right opposite me is Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu. He is the spokesperson for the National Chief Imam. Welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Yeah.
And seated next to him is my senior brother in the profession. He is Alhaji A.R. Gomda. He is the spokesperson. He's the chief news editor for Daily Guide. Welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
We did a good job.
Joint
Even if we have joint operations.
Joint operation with the police involved.
Yes.
Dampari.
Yes. And all his boys.
Yes.
We are really grateful. But before I get to the subject matter, do I hear the chief imam is 90 what?
97 years. He just celebrated his 97th anniversary of his birth. Just a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's strong. I'm younger. I use the spectacles. He does not use. He doesn't write using.
And I had the opportunity, and we will be showing the pictures as well. We had the opportunity of meeting him on the 13th of May, and he has such a strong grip.
Yeah.
And he looks so well. Great sense of humor.
Great sense of humor, yeah.
When I met him, he said, listen, I do not believe in this. It is wrong. The laws of the country must work. Nobody should be forced to marry. Girls should be allowed to seek knowledge as far as they want to. And then later on, they can be talked to when they are ready. They can be talked to settle down and marry. Is that something that resonates among the leadership of the Islamic community in this country?
Well, it does. If the leadership is made up of people like the National Chief Imam and Sheikh Armiao, he might modestly say he's not part of leadership, who continue to talk to us, sermonize on such important subjects as education. They continue to tell us that knowledge should be sought, even if it requires our traveling to China to do so, which is a paraphrasing of a portion of the Holy Quran, which also underscores the importance of education, irrespective of the gender. Right. They tell us, and I am paraphrasing, that the scriptures, Islamic scriptures, tells us that we should seek knowledge, if that even means we should go to China to do so. Because in the olden days, China was thought to be the end of the world, so farthest. And if it means you have to struggle to go and seek knowledge, do so. It doesn't even specify which gender.
Alaji, you have daughters, right?
The second born, Mariam, she's finished her first degree. She's currently pursuing her LLB program at Montcrest. She has one more exam before she throws in the efforts to go to the law school. And I want her to go the full hog as far as she can go. And she's followed by Hawa. Okay. Hawa is at the Institute of Journalism degree program, level 300.
Wow.
And
Daddy's girl. She wants to follow Daddy's footsteps.
Then we have Fatih. Fatih is at the Mfansimam School. She completed the exam.
You see why?
I'll be picking her from school.
You know I went to Mfansimam girls.
Yes, I think I got it. So.
I went to Mfansimam girls. That's why you are my brother now.
What is the name of her house?
Tell me Eggman House.
No, it's not Eggman. It starts with a B or something.
Butler House.
Butler.
Oh.
I'm ready to support them, no matter what it takes to do so.
Sheikh, how important is marriage in Islam?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Marriage is important because it's one of the pillars of family formation. You know, the family is a society in microcosm, and it fits squarely in the plan of God for man. And when man is born, he's supposed to be born within a certain segment of society, right, where he has the experience of immediate encounter with society is the family. That's where he's given his identity and so on and so forth. And marriage then is the pillar by which we are able to form this thing. So, and marriage for us is a covenant. I call it a tripartite covenant, at the apex of which God is, and then the two humans, husband and wife, also at the base. And it's also a holy relationship that you cannot equate to any other relationship, so dear to God that he encouraged us to do. There are conditions that may not permit one to get married. For example, if you are the type who sexually is weak and you cannot find any need to get in marriage, because if you get married to a woman or she gets married to you, then a certain need of her life will not be satisfied, and it itself can be a problem for you. In that case, you are allowed now to stay. Yeah, and in Islamic law, and we need to explain for people to understand that there are things that are obligatory and there are things that are optional. Now, those that are optional, you do them and with your discretion, and with each discretion comes responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, so you are not compelled, i.e., an example is, yes, in Islam, we uphold polygyny, for example.
Yeah.
But I want to say on this program that most people have a misconception that Islam says that once you are a man, you are compelled by Islamic law to get married to 4 women. It is not the case. The case is that it is allowed. There's a permissibility.
Right.
That is why the text says that if you assess yourself and you think all the ethical demands of marrying beyond one wife, you are unable to uphold them, then it's a marry just one woman.
Right.
So therefore, you are not held. I sit down here, I'm married to just one woman.
Yeah.
And I'm not held responsible for anybody. That on the day of judgment, maybe God asks me, oh, you are a sheikh and you got married to only one woman, and so therefore you enter the hellfire.
There's no sin committed.
There's no sin committed because I'm married to one woman. That's why I'm saying that it's an option.
Wow, that's deep. I expected you to clap because you've been educated. Alaji, so is there an age cap on marriage? Like that specifically you have to marry at this age?
No, I mean, there is no age. When the person is mature, is able to stand on her own, and is educationally equipped to support. I mean, we are in a modern age where it will be difficult to have the woman stay in the house and not doing anything as it used to be possible some 40 years ago. Today, the woman should be supportive of the man. And so one will expect that she would have acquired a certain ability, skill-wise, education-wise. So there is no clear-cut age, but the person should be mature. Right. That presupposes that we don't expect a 15-year-old girl or 13-year-old girl to be forced into marriage.
So why are we having that?
There are, I mean, a lot of problems. One, I look at ignorance, which is the principal cause of this. The person who is forcing his daughter into marriage doesn't have a proper grasp of the religion. So there is largely a misinterpretation of the tenets of the religion, as in what Sheikh Armiao said now. Somebody assuming that, yes, because he's a Muslim, he should marry 4 wives. So it is with such persons who think because the girl is now mature, she has experienced her first period, she is supposed to be given out in marriage.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue from there. But let me say thank you to our sponsors, NS Chemists, and then we also have Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited, Tinated Herbal, and Access W. Again, we say thank you to our supporters, Cake Technique, Paba Cosmetics, Yep Cleaning Services, Gogot Yogurt, Mac Catering Services, Ophelia Crossland Designs. Yes, they sold for me, but let me take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue talking.
Hush, my little baby.
For babies' tummy pains, minor digestive upsets, or teething, caring mothers everywhere use Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture. It's quick, effective, and sure to leave babies smiling again in no time. Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture from NS Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
When it comes to your family, turn to the anti-malarial you can trust. Mala2. Mala2 is a highly effective artemether-lumefantrine anti-malaria available in syrup and tablets, specially formulated for children and adults. Keep the whole family healthy with Mala2.
Thank you. Welcome back. Remember, this program is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada, Asia, and North Africa. Our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by Dream Oval. Wherever you are in this world, you can watch this program on our website or on our YouTube channel. Sheikh, so why is the perception out there that Islam permits early and forced marriages?
Thank you. The perception is there because the practice is prevalent. Once it is prevalent and observers see, then definitely the perception will be that Islam allows, forced marriage, and which is also contrary to the Islamic, or if you like, the Sharia principles. You see, the Sharia is a comprehensive system of law underpinned by certain very germane objectives. One of them is the protection of life, protection of human dignity, protection of the mind, protection of faith, and protection of wealth.
I'm smiling because for most of us, when we hear Sharia, we think about killing people and stoning people to death.
Now, if you take the aspect that has to do with the protection of human dignity, and human dignity here do not make a discrimination between man and a woman. In other words, God has created us and has conferred on the phenomenon we call human, has conferred on us what we call as our inalienable dignity, as given to us from divine. So the Quran says, verily and indeed we have conferred honor and dignity on the children of Adam.
Right.
For example, so anything that you do to any segment of the human society that strips it of this God-given dignity is contrary to Islam. It's contrary to Islam. And that is why, if I look at the issue of forced marriage, for example, forced marriage then is an affront to the very individuality of the woman. It's also contrary to the Islamic condition even for marriage, because in the Islamic condition, prerequisites for the validation or for validity of marriage is what we call consent. Consent as established by proposal and acceptance.
Right.
Is a prerequisite that must be established. So, if you force a young lady into marriage, it means she has not given a consent. But traditionally, according to some of the text, traditionally they said, well, the young girl feels shy, so you try to get her to give her consent, and then she is silent or she smiles. Then it is taken that, well, it gives a signal of a certain approval. If she does not show this sign, means that she does not. But if she is quite an experienced woman like you, she must verbally indicate. In fact, it's a requirement that she verbally indicates that I'm prepared to marry such a person. So any process of marriage engagement in which the consent for mutual is absent, a certain fundamental prerequisite then has been removed, and that affects the validity of the marriage. A clear scenario that goes, because in Islamic teachings, if you want to prove the acceptability of any action, one, you go to the Quran as the source of the Sharia, of the law, or the tradition of the Prophet, which we call the Hadith. Let me pick one scenario in Hadith, at least to firm up this position. That a young lady came to the Prophet and made a plea or laid a complaint to the Prophet, peace be upon him, that her father had compelled her to get married to a person that she did not love.
So in Islam, love plays a very important role in marriage.
Key. Marriage will never thrive. There is no way marriage will thrive. There's no way marriage will make progress. There's no way marriage will meet the purpose of God if it is devoid of love. In fact, marriage without love is void. Completely, it's void. And that is why there's a text of the Holy Quran which says that it is part of the science of God that He provided for you live mates so that you will dwell with them in tranquility. And He put between you love and compassion. Now, I'm interested all the time when I speak just to underscore between.
Yeah. Between. Love and compassion.
Yes, he said between you.
Yeah, between you.
Between
okay.
you, man and a woman. He said he fixed love and compassion between you. What it means is that it takes two to tangle.
Exactly.
And so if it's between you, then it's also two-way affair and it's mutual. It's mutual. So if you are in a marriage where love is absent, then a certain pillar that guarantees the fulfillment of God's purpose is absent. In fact, it defeats the very purpose of God in marriage if love is not given a place. So if the young lady is not given a chance to give a consent, that's why now, going back to the scenario, now she comes to complain to the prophet, peace be upon him. And when she complained, then the prophet now gave an option that the marriage must be dissolved. And based on this, a lot of popular Muslim jurists acting on this precedent have said that any marriage in which the lady or the woman is compelled to be married to another person, either whom she does not know or she does not love, is null and void.
Alaji, interestingly, these forced marriages that are performed in our country are supervised or blessed by imams.
Yes, this is why the issue of ignorance comes. I mean, the fact that the person is an imam doesn't mean that he is primed to deal with such issues. Perhaps out of ignorance, or perhaps out of a shortcoming in his Islamic strength, his faith. Maybe he's a bit weak and he cannot stand his ground. There are imams who would not succumb to such pressures and go ahead to organize such forced marriages.
Ramadan is around the corner. You know, in just about 2 weeks, we are going to start the Ramadan. Fortunately, the 17-year-old girl and then the 16-year-old girl have been rescued. There are many more who were not lucky. Many more who will not be lucky. So Alhaji, still staying on you. How can society help?
If you can make me come in about this cycle.
Yeah.
One of the things that I notice is we have a tradition of maintaining, preserving, and protecting family pride. Now, many of the families are so much concerned about family dignity, so much so that anything that has to do, that brings a certain embarrassment to the family, they want to protect it. So the young girl is growing, her chest is protruding, everything about her has become so round. They try to control her, she's not being controlled. They don't know what to do with her. I mean, they see the swarm of young men
around
her. They don't know what to do. So then what they do is that, look, before she brings in this embarrassment to this family, like let's say, for example, the chief imam himself, or I myself, who is known, for what I do in the public, then it comes, even look, his daughter. I mean, so that's so much concern about that.
Is it a good enough reason?
In fact, it's not a good reason why she should be compelled and be given to somebody that she does not love. That is why, in fact, in dealing with the issue, there's a need for intensive family life education.
Yeah.
Intensive family life education, where even the art of parenting, which in itself is so demanding because it requires a certain skill to be a successful parent, which most parents are not.
Right.
And
this is across board, not only in Islam.
Yeah, across board.
Across board.
Across board. The young man is not very mature. He met a young lady. She's also so very mature. They got together and they got married, or they do what we call cohabitation, and then they've given birth to children. What kind of mentoring in terms of parenting did they go through for them now to assume a full responsibility of being a parent? That is the problem. So I am advocating that within the Muslim community, there must be an intensive family life education, in which case you must understand the environment in which you live, an environment in which you have given birth to your child. What are the safety nets? What do you put in place to ensure that your daughter, whom you love so much, will not just be walking about, or even young men who come around know that, no, here everything is well guided, and then you now assist her, now she comes to appreciate even the risk involved in teenage pregnancy, the risk involved in promiscuity and moving around, the implications it has for her future life, that she agrees, now look, this thing, I'm owning it, I'm owning myself, because these things that will not affect any other person, it's not affecting my parent, but rather affecting me if I engage in this kind of life. Now, if you have done so effectively, then you will not be confronted with a difficulty.
Right.
You see, my wife is a midwife.
Okay.
Yes. And Gifty, I'll always confess that I'm a beneficiary of the companionship of an educated woman.
Exactly.
I'm a beneficiary.
Right.
So why can't we have our wives who are well educated in any field of life, that they can be a good support?
Right.
Yes. If I sit in my office, I experience some unusual headache. All that I do is I take a phone and say, this morning, I don't know. So what should I do? And sometimes she tells me, okay, no, don't take anything.
Rest.
Sometimes she tells me, okay, you just take paracetamol and then leave the rest. You come home, when you come, and let's see what is happening. Then if it's something beyond her, then together we go to the hospital and I'm giving a treatment. It is a good thing to happen in a family.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to happen in a family. So to curtail this in the life of a woman is to deprive her of what could have enhanced her life, even within a matrimonial home.
Yeah. Interestingly, well, the Standpoint is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada and Asia. Thank you to our sponsors, Access Bank, the W project. I mean, they have amazing product. Thank you to Tinatech Herbal. Thank you to NS Chemist, producers of good medicines for the country. Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator expert. We'll be back.
When it comes to your family, turn to the anti-malarial you can trust. Mala 2. Mala 2 is a highly effective Artemether lumefantrine anti-malarial, available in syrup and tablets, specially formulated for children and adults. Keep the whole family healthy with Mala 2.
Hello, I'm Amma, and I'm a W Young professional.
My name is Benedetta. I'm a W in business.
Hi, I'm AC, and I'm proud to represent the W and family.
I have access to the best sources of inspiration, an outstanding mentor, career workshops, and more.
I am connected to a panel of professional advisors. I even got a new business partner through a W seminar.
Being a working mother is amazing, and W empowers us with special lifestyle offers, an early saver for the kids, and bank assurance protection for the whole family.
Sign on to W at any Access Bank branch near you.
Get inspired.
Get connected.
Get empowered.
W. Inspiring, connecting, empowering.
Middle. What?
Odo, why your best my power? Cause one num tinted venicare what? When him say tinted venicare, and unkwane bibidra clinically no, ya testing with Department of Pharmacology and the Microbiology at University of Ghana on Medical School.
Sir?
Omudu stamp we say by Minia, num tinted venicare what?
Hey, Tinatet Ambassador.
Abuye papa. Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tina 13 euro.
Welcome back, and I believe you are all getting educated. Alaji, Operation Rescue.
Operation Rescue that girl. Won't mention her name.
That girl. I called Nafi, who is from AWDF, and I'd like to say thank you to the African Women's Development Fund. They've been amazing, really amazing. They've been supporting the Standpoint for some time now. So it's a good resource point. And then she immediately said, my uncle, this is his number. Call him. He works with Daily Guide, and he's very passionate about it. And as soon as I called you, you were boiling like fire. Alaji.
I was boiling like fire. I said, what? 2016? After all these efforts by clerics like Sheikh Armiao and the National Chief Imam, and you still want to force a girl into marriage? After living in this country for so long, because the guy comes from another country, and this girl was delivered here. Yeah. She is a citizen of this country and must be protected by the laws of the land. So, what did I do? I called quickly the regional police commander, and I wish to take this opportunity to salute him for the efforts he put in.
Dr.
Dampare, Commissioner of Police, Dr. George Akufo Dampare. As soon as I told him, he said I should tarry a while. He got some plainclothes policemen, and then the next thing was to meet you and move. Like I told you, God moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And then within a few hours, he called me and said, we have rescued the girl. And I was overwhelmed with excitement that the girl had been rescued.
Yeah. And 2 days after, you did a story that came in the Daily Guide. And based on that story, I had another call about a girl who was about to be married off on the 14th of May.
She hasn't finished school.
She has
one girl.
SS1. And one thing that Alaji Gomda told me, that Gifty, if we don't move fast, this girl will be smuggled outside Ghana and to be married off.
I think it's important that, we also get the family members to appreciate that they are not a target.
No.
They are not a target.
No.
But except that probably we are operating at different levels of understanding. So we bring them to now understand that we only assisting them to take a decision that will be in the best interest of the child.
Yes.
That they themselves have given birth to.
Right.
You see, I think we need to shift away from the traditional concept of the mosque. The whole mosque architecture now need to change to take...
For example, could these girls have run to...
That's my point.
The imam
That's
in the
my
area.
point. Yeah. So that in the mosque, there's a facility that deals with women. And there's a woman there who has been so trained, that's her job, that she's able to handle matters that relate to women. Youth, you have a section that is dealing with the youth. She's a woman, she's a young woman. So combining woman and youth, probably then we see. And then those who are sitting down, then you have a counseling wing. Counseling wing, a trained counselor, or a marital counselor, youth counseling, and so on and so forth, is also stationed there. Now, this girl has a problem. She can rush there, and then they will find within the purview of their skills, see how they can, then when it goes beyond them, talk to people like you, and they will bring it out and mount the pressure so that we can get it corrected.
Sheikh, so who's going to change that? Who's going to bring about this? spokesperson to the chief imam.
It's a gradual process.
It's a gradual process. I'm going to propose to the national chief imam.
No, I mean, the national chief imam, as a national chief imam, has a way of reaching out to the regional imams,
yes,
on such matters.
Oh, yes.
Look, we are confronted with this subject of forced marriage.
Very good.
Please make sure you deal with it during your Friday sermons.
Yeah.
Now, my time is almost up, but I see 2 young Muslims in the audience. Do you have a question? Actually, 4.
Like me, for instance, have been married before. And I was married to someone I didn't know. Yeah. Because the process was about within 8 months we were married. Then I had a baby in the next year of our marriage. When the baby was 2, he told me, okay, I want to take the baby first to Australia. And then once the baby gets there, you'll come over. I was like, what of my education? It's like, don't worry, I'll take you back to school. You'll go back to school. But the thing is, now I'm talking, I've realized that there are 2 things you can't combine. You can never combine education with marriage. It won't work. Now I'm talking to you, my daughter is in Australia.
He never came back for you?
He never came back. My things are in his house right now. I'm talking. We took the case to court and all that. We were criticized in the community. Look at them. They are doing as if they are not Muslims. Meanwhile, how would I give? I was so naive. No. It's not like the family didn't want to.
How old were you?
I don't want to say it on air. But
okay.
I don't want to say it on air.
Right.
But my daughter is taken from me. And we were criticized in the community. I hope people are not looking up to us. They are like, leave them come to the su like suna in suba musulmai bani. Is that it? Wannan na shine dokan addinin nan. Like, I want to know, on Islamic basics, does he really have the right to keep the child? Now he has prevented me from talking to the girl.
Oh.
Yes. I don't have access to the girl.
Can I give you a hug?
Wow.
Please come. Come. Let me give you a hug. It is well. It is well. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Look at you. You're still beautiful. You're still young. You'll be fine. Okay. Sheikh, obviously somebody hurting.
In the first place, especially in the case that has to do with the daughter, with a young boy. You see, like I said, the Islamic law is a comprehensive, so it takes care of custody. Anything about the personal law and family law and so on and so forth. So there's a section that has to do with custody of children in the case of divorce. Now, the custody is to the woman if the child is very infant. He has to reach, if he reaches an age where he's able to make a choice, then the father can take it. But at the time that the child was taken from her, it is wrong.
Right. Alaji, in conclusion.
Well, in conclusion, we have to be talking. We all have to be involved, each of us. Just like you got involved, I got involved. And today we are here talking. Let's keep talking. Let the clerics like Sheikh take up this matter and direct us. Let's look at the possibility of organizing a national conference. It will go a long way in making these girls pained, come out and pour their hearts. And that way, we shall be on the way to solving the problem.
You know, Sheikh, as the spokesperson to the chief imam, tell especially my Muslim brothers and sisters, both in English and Hausa, what the chief imam says concerning early marriage and forced marriage, especially as we are about to start the Ramadan and they are pushing to get their girls married off, underage girls.
As a proponent of women's development and women's right, the chief imam's position in respect to the forced marriage or the marriage of underage women is that it is not in accord with Islamic teachings to compel a young lady to get married to somebody, one, she does not love, and somebody she does not know. Secondly, his position with respect to the right of such young ladies to education is that, like you mentioned earlier on, he says that knowledge constitutes a superior need for every human being. And once it is the superior need, it cannot be subordinated to any other need. And so therefore, all other needs are subordinate to the superior needs of the human being, which is knowledge. And so therefore, especially women who are desirous to want to continue their education to certain heights, they need the encouragement of families, parents, and they need the encouragement of community for them to be able to realize their ambitions respect to where they want to get to in education. Education is so fundamental for our development. Ignorance is one of the key diseases that creates inferiority among people. And women, when they are well educated, they are good mothers, they are good wives, and they are helpful to society, and they are good managers. So Chief Imam is encouraging all of us to desist from forcing young girls into marriage, particularly now that Ramadan is approaching. We can see the whole community now organizing different marriages here and there. We want you to be very mindful of the prerequisite and conditions that makes a Muslim marriage a valid one. We thank you so much.
And from the standpoint, all we want to say is that we are for the empowerment, not for the rudeness, the arrogance of women, but for the empowerment of women. Women, simple as that. No tribe, no religion, no differentiations. Because when I'm abused, it's not because I'm a Christian and a Fanti, but it's because I'm a woman. When my sister Hajia Hanatu is abused, it's not because she's a Muslim and maybe from the north, but because she is a woman. We all need to get involved. Our aim is not to get parents punished. Our aim is to get parents to understand that our girls need to grow up and become mature. Marriage is not an easy task. Even if I have to say so, marriage is less than a year. But it's not easy. Even at the time that I thought I was ready, it's not easy. So we need to allow our girls to grow up and get educated. Let us feel proud of our daughters, because they are gifts from Allah. Precious gifts. Let's allow them to explore their potentials. Let us learn to be good parents and guide our children so they don't stray. Parents, we are begging you. We are begging you. For now, the only way we know is to involve the police. But as time goes on, as we educate, we hope and pray that this will stop once and for all. Marriage is ordained by God. We believe in it. We want every woman to marry and enjoy marriage, but at the right time. At the right time. Thanks for watching The Standpoint. See you same time next week. And please allow the girls to grow. Bye for now.